kids, it's me, Toni Homeperm, the singing diva of Long Island, coming to you today with another of my TikTok live Get Ready With Me videos. Um, I've been having a lot of fun doing them, so if you enjoy that kind of thing and you want to actually be a part of it, then follow me on TikTok. I haven't actually set up a definitive schedule yet for doing my lives. I know, I should really do that, but I haven't. I know. What can I say? I'm a bad drag queen. What I decided to do today to create this look, I pulled out like all kinds of makeup that I haven't used in forever. And I said, you know what, let me use a palette that I've never used before, not even off camera. And what did I find? It's an oldie but a goodie, I think. It's the Too Faced Madonna palette. This is from her Madame X World Tour. I think there was a lipstick that went with it too, but I have no clue where it is. I'm lucky that I can pull the palette out. So it's a very, very neutral palette, very, very neutral. And of course, that meant a very neutral look today. I don't really consider this like a Madonna look by any means. It's just sort of a standard, drag look that I would do. One thing that I can say good for the palette, you've got a black, a very light matte there, sort of, brownie taupey transition color. And then you've got the two shimmers. You've got like the gold and the champagne color. And I know the wig is probably, obscuring a lot of the eye makeup, but I did use every single color in the palette. I really don't want to say too much more. I think when you watch the video, you get the gist of what we were doing. And I do have to point out that we had a special guest pop in, not video, but she was there audially. Is that a word? Audially? Her audio was there. She was helping me out with some questions. And of course, that is the lovely LaBelle, the showgirl of Long Island. So I want to give a big shout out to her. And if you're not following LaBelle on TikTok, I mean, what are you really doing? What are you doing? I'll leave her TikTok info down in the comments below as well. So please, if you follow me and you're not following her, then follow her. For crying out loud, follow her. All right, so that's everything I wanted to tell you beforehand. I don't exactly know how the video and sound is going to be on my intro and outro, just because I'm about ready to do my Naughty or Nice show. The links for that are down below as well. And I'm filming the intro and outro on my laptop, so hopefully it's okay. I don't know. We'll all find out together. Okay, so let's go right into the Get Ready With Me right now. Hello, hello, hello. Okay, TikTok is notifying viewers that we're live. Hello, user 63. Hello, China. Hello, Heather. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, Wendell. Hello, Amy. Hello, Keith. Hello, hello. I see everyone is starting to join. My light's in the right place. And there we go. There we go. What look you going for today? Oh, well, I'm using a palette I've never used. I've had it in my collection for I don't know how long, and I just wanted to pull out stuff today that I've rarely used or almost never used, and it's the Too Faced Madonna palette, and I've never used it. So I think we're just going for sort of a neutral smoky eye kind of a look. I'm wearing a herringbone print dress, and I'm wearing this sort of a silver gray platinum wig that my husband did for me. So we're going for sort of a smoky look today, all around. What does the glue do for the eyebrows? I glue the eyebrows down to make them flat, and then I cover them up with powders and foundations, color correctors, concealers, and then I draw a new eyebrow, a new drag eyebrow, because my boy brows do not work for my style of drag. I know a lot of... Thank him for your response. Thank you. Maybe she got them. These were just waxed and tweezed and everything. If I can't begin to tell you the amount of attention that these brows get. I don't mind. You need better friends. How long does the process of your drag makeup take? Well, if I'm being really speedy, I mean, I can do it in like an hour and a half. Generally, on my lives, it takes a little longer because I'm stopping and explaining things and looking at the screen and all that. So, the last time I did my live doing my makeup, we went for almost like 4 hours. It does not take me that long to get into drag. It's just that we were talking and people were asking questions, and I didn't have anything to do, so I just hung out for 4 hours with everybody. And we all had a nice time. Today are you getting ready for work? Well, yes, I have my Naughty or Nice show that I do. Is that Elmer's Glue Stick? Yes. And that's the show I do twice a month with my friend Alexis Flame. It streams live 7 p.m. Eastern Time from our Facebook page, Naughty or Nice, our YouTube channel, Alexis and Toni, my YouTube channel, Toni Homeperm. My husband made a little coffee. No, this is not just a hobby. I get paid to perform. So, I guess if you're getting paid to perform in drag, it can't really be considered a hobby. Although I do know some. Toni, are you Chance by Italian? Absolutely. First time. Where do you get your wigs? You're gorgeous. Thank you so much, Queen Bee. Skin is incredible. Thank you. I've been using retinol, Sarah V. My husband does all my wigs, and honestly, he just gets them from Amazon. Some of them are quite inexpensive, but my husband went to school for hair back in like the very early 70s, and he he learned when they were still doing like roller sets and the big 60s sort of updos and things that had all these curls and waves and all that. They really don't teach that in beauty school anymore, but he knows how to do all that, so that's why I have such fabulous wigs, because otherwise I'd be up Schitt's Creek. Because I don't know. I never even touch the wigs. I don't even touch the wigs. He has his hair studio. I sit down in the chair when I'm ready for the wig. He puts it on my head. He does a little more fluffing, a little more hairspray, and I don't touch it. Unless a hair goes, in my face or something, I don't touch the wig. So I'm very lucky. I had one time one drag queen I was working with, and we did a show, and I have like a wig carrier that I made so I can carry like 4 wigs at a time. My stage name is my channel, tonihomeperm. But anyway, I had these 4 wigs on a carrier, and this other girl, she said to me, she said, Toni Homeperm, you have so many wigs. And I told her, I said, girl, if your husband did wigs, you'd have just as many. And she said, you're right. Hey, Brooke, thanks for joining. Oh, those brows, those brows. I know. But that's okay. I like when I'm not in drag to have my boy brows. And, in drag, I like gluing them down and creating new brows. And I feel for me, it helps create a dramatic difference in my look. Where's the Hubs? Does he ever make an appearance? No, he's very shy. He prefers to stay out of the limelight. He's actually very busy doing wigs. He has so many orders for wigs because he has local clients. He has clients all over the country. Let's be real. Your brows need their own page. Yes, the brows of Toni Homeperm. It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. You're extroverted and he's introverted. Well, I'm an extrovert when I'm like in drag and like here getting into drag, but most of the time I'm very quiet. Oh, you lost your brows. It's just a matter of practice. It's just a matter of practice to doing the brows. When I first started doing brows, my brows, oh God, my brows were a nightmare. I have somewhere on my Facebook page in the photos. It was only one of the first times I did brows. It was like maybe my second or third time doing my makeup, and my brows, the whole look that I did, of course I thought I was the shit. Now I look at the pictures now and I'm like, no, it's horrible. Take it away. I looked like, if you're familiar with Star Trek, The Next Generation, there were the 2 Klingon sisters, Lursa and B'Etor. That's what I looked like. I looked like a Klingon sister. What's that stuff you're putting on? Elmer's glue stick, the purple, which, then fades to clear. You have a great day and night too, Tahoe. So, yeah. I mean, any drag queen that's been doing, drag for a couple years will tell you. We always look back at our original or old drag pictures, and it's like we just cringe. Jody, the plan today, I'm trying to use products that are sitting in my makeup cabinet that I don't really use all that often, and I pulled out a palette I've never used. It's the Too Faced Madonna palette. And this is what it looks like. It's very smoky, very neutral. I don't know. Am I making the right decision using that palette today? I don't know, but I'm only doing my video show tonight, so first drag, get rid of me off card early, start being for the right. I hope your day's well. Thank you, you too. Where did you learn the almost glue trick? Yeah, YouTube. Oh, sugar. Yes, I know. Sometimes some of my looks, even looks today, I like look at it and I'm just like, not happy with the look. But it's because I'm a Sagittarius. I'm, something of a perfectionist. And it's just how I roll. So once you glue them down, and you start the powder. The whole trick is to make these brows go away. So we'll draw new brows. Nice, girly, feminine brows. Oh, thank you, Queen Bee. Queen Bee, thank you. And I had, was it last week? Yes, last Wednesday, I got my first time ever getting Botox. So I think it's working pretty good. A lot of my creases here have gone away, because that was one thing I really hated. When I put on my foundation, I would get such a bad crease right here, and the Botox has minimized it quite a bit. Thank you, Madison. Thank you. So, okay, I'll do another layer of glue. When I go back, I have an appointment to go back, I think it's next week, for the nurse to check the results and all. And I think there and there. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with it. How often do you need to get the Botox done? Well, it varies for everybody. It's on my first time, but I think it's usually 3 to 4 times a year is what I've heard. Some people it lasts longer, and some people it's less. Thank you, Ray. Thank you. You have a great lunch. Thank you, Jody. Yeah, I'm very happy with the Botox. It looks. Is it easy to get the glue out of your brows? Yes, it's water soluble. You just wash it. You wash it right out, like washing a man right out of your hair. Yes. Oh, yes, I know. I followed my nurse's instructions as far as what to do with the Botox. I just left the forehead alone. Is it possible? Is it impossible to get rid of brow texture? The only way you can really, really, really get rid of brow texture is if you were to do I think if you were to do like latex, that sort of a thing, I've got this one hair that's sticking up right there. I don't know how that happens. All right, we're gonna pluck it. You want Botox? Oh yeah. I've heard it can help with the migraines. Yes, definitely. Come on. Sometimes the brows do not cooperate. Like here, I've got this big piece sticking up. Forehead looks amazing. Thank you. It's I think just a little bit more on there, and she's trying to give me enough to sort of give a little bit of a raise of the brows there. They don't usually do that for men. But I told her I'm a drag queen, so it wouldn't bother me to have the brows arched a little bit more. So we're probably going to do that. Keep doing that. But that's all I'm getting done. That's all I'm doing is a little Botox on the forehead. I'm not going crazy with fillers and all that kind of stuff. I'm not trying to go crazy. Is that Elmer's glue? Yes, it's Elmer's glue stick. Washable school glue. Non-toxic. See? This doesn't is not getting used by anybody else, so you know, I'm not spreading germs or anything. But yes, Elmer's glue is what we use to start blocking out the brows. We glue them down. Do you use it a lot, Elmer's? The glue stick or the Botox? The glue stick I use every time I do drag. Botox I've only done it once so far, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes, but I'm very happy with the results. Because I used to have, like before I had it done, I had like really bad, like, you know, creases when I you know, raise my eyebrows like that, and it's really minimized it. So the powder is just good old Coty Airspun. Get it at the drugstore, Walmart. You know, for drag, I'm not using something like Laura Mercier powder that's like $30 for a little thing. I go through too much. Especially you don't need it on the brows. You don't need it on the brows. On the brows, you could use any cheap powder. It's not going to make a difference. Okay, all right. The brows are they're as good as they're going to get today. They're as good as they're going to get today, kids. What can I tell you? Let's see. Let's prep our skin. I'm going to use some L'Oreal Revitalift Hyaluronic Syrup. Later, after I get out of drag, I'll use my CeraVe with the retinol in it. Because I don't want to put it on now. Because later I'll be taking off everything with makeup remover, and I'd rather put the retinol on and let it just stay on. Hyaluronic acid, it's good for plumping the skin. You know, we all want the skin to be nice and juicy and plump, moist. Let's see. Primer. What primer are we going to use today? I should have found a different primer. Oh, what do we have here? Oh, okay. You know what we're going to do? Because I'm going to use for foundation, I'm going to use this L'Oreal Total Cover, which I've had sitting in a bin for I don't know how long. And I have this little trial size of the L'Oreal primer, so we'll just stick with that. We'll stick with that. Now, the one thing that I do use, which is not drugstore, is my TV paint stick. I use that over the brows and on the beard area. But first, we need to prime. Not to prime is a crime. I didn't come up with that. I think that's Nikki Tutorials. This is a very wet primer. I don't know if I'm crazy about it. Really, my favorite primer is the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. That's my favorite. But I decided trying to use up stuff today. What is the highlight and contour steps? Well, after I put the foundation on, then I go in with like either a light concealer for the highlight area and a dark concealer or like a contour stick. And you want to highlight basically like the triangle of your face here, and you want to contour and make darker like the outside edge. It's a way to make the face look more feminine, I guess is the best way to describe it. Yes, she's Glamour and Grace. She's Glamour and Grace. She's all over the place. All right, we did that. Where is, I pulled out a different color corrector, and where the heck did it go? Ah, here it is. Okay, so usually my color corrector, I use my LA Girl Pro Conceal. But I'm going to use some other different stuff. So I have this LA Colors cover up. LA Colors, I think you can find them like at the dollar store. So I figure let's give it a try. Let's see how it works. I'm not performing on stage, so hi to you too, electrical. I can't pronounce it. I'm so sorry, but hello. All right. I remind you of Eddie Izzard. Oh, thank you. I love Eddie Izzard. Hi to you too, Southern Belle. We'll see how this stuff works. I really want to try. Elf has new color correctors that I really want to try. So the next time I'm at Walmart or the drugstore, I'm gonna, if they have them, I'm gonna pick them up. So definitely the orange. I don't know if I'm gonna bother with any of the other colors, but they're pretty. They look pretty good, and they look like they have a lot of coverage. A lot of the Elf. I use a lot of Elf products. I've always found them to be pretty good. Hey, LaBelle. Hey, girl. There's Lady LaBelle. Elf should send you some for free. Yes, they should. Getting ready for anything specific? Yes, I am. I have my Naughty or Nice show tonight. That's the live sort of drag kiki show that I do with Alexis Flame. It streams on Facebook, YouTube. We're going to try Instagram Live tonight. You tried blocking your eyebrows and it went so wrong. It's all trial and error, and you just have to keep at it. I've learned more from my mistakes than anything else. So it's just something that you just kind of gotta keep trying. If it doesn't work the first time, you just wash everything off. Just try doing it again. What time? Yes, 7 p.m. And you can either go to my YouTube channel, which is Toni HomePerm. If you follow Naughty or Nice, and it's Nice with 6 eyes on Facebook, it streams there. Also on Twitch TV. Where else? I said YouTube, Facebook. So, yeah, a bunch of places. All right. So, I don't know. I guess this stuff is okay. It's not. I don't know. I'm on Mountain Time in Arizona. Thank you, LaBelle. And LaBelle she's been a guest on Naughty or Nice a few times. LaBelle and I have a number of shows coming up in the future. She's going to be my co-host April 22nd for the Long Island Gay Men's Choruses Drag Cabaret that we do here on Long Island at the VFW in Sayville. It's like one of the biggest drag events that we have on Long Island. And she's going to be the co-host with me. And also we're going to be doing a drag pride show in June at Governor's. You see money and luxury in my future. I hope so. How long does it take you to do your makeup? If I'm not online like this, talking to people, I can do it in about an hour and a half. Misty Violet's makeup looks better on eyebrows. I don't know who Misty Violet's is. So, but there are many queens whose eyebrows look way better than mine. So, It is what it is. Pronouns. Well, when as a boy, I'm he, him. As in drag, I'm she, her. And I respect anybody's, desire for whatever pronouns they want to be. I make a joke. I just don't like to be called they, them, because it makes me feel fat. But if somebody else wants to be a they, them, that's fine with me. I just don't like it for myself. Because I'm like, did I gain that much weight? They're calling me a they, them. Can I call you she? Of course. Of course you can call me she. Is that kind of orange? Yes, it is orange. This is color corrector. It's not the foundation. We want to hide, as a female illusionist, I want to hide the darkness of the brows and the beard area. And the way to do that, because they have a bluish cast under your foundation, is by using orange color corrector. Orange is the complementary color of the blue. No, Tata, you are definitely not seeing things. You are not seeing things whatsoever. It is very orange, but it's all going underneath. Everything with drag. What happened to your eyebrows? I covered them with glue stick because I'm going to draw new ones. That makes me feel that they are calling out my multiple personalities. But like I said, whatever, anyone wants to be called, that's fine with me. I don't discriminate. Okay. Brush away the excess. Okay, so this is the only thing that's non-drugstore, Krylon TV paint stick. And if you ever watch Drag Race, you would see that most of the girls there use it. Oh, thank you, Shadowbane. Thank you. I forgot about my coffee, and now it's like lukewarm. But I'm still going to drink it. So, Krylon TV paint stick. This stuff, you could use this all over the face as your foundation, but I don't like to. I like to use it just to cover the brows and the beard area. Missed a spot. I'm sure I did. It'll all get blended out at some point. So I'm not worried. I feel like my brows are crunchy today. Just heat it up again. Looking rough. Yes. Until the very end, it tends to look rough. That's okay. You have to trust the process. What was it called? Oh, this Krylon TV paint stick. You can get it like an Amazon or professional makeup websites. I think I get it from Camera Ready. Crunchy LLO. Tina Turner Rough. And we're rolling on a river. Gotta love Tina. Alright. So we use the Krylon. What color eyeshadow are you doing today? Today we're using palette I've never used. I've had it for quite a few years now, and it's just been sitting. Too Faced Madonna palette. So it's a very, very neutral palette, but I mean it goes pretty deep with that black, and then you have that sort of brownish taupey color and these lighter colors. I don't think I'm going to be using this gold shimmer. It's not really my jam, but I think I'll be using that one. So we'll see. We'll see how it comes out. You know, if worse comes to worse, I throw something else on. Why did they get crunchy? Is it the makeup, or you're rushing? I don't know. I'm rushing a little, and that's probably why they got a little crunchy. But it's fine. It's fine. They'll get covered up with a gazillion other things. And oh, we're friends now, of course. How long did it take to do your makeup? When I'm not online like this, I can do it in an hour and a half. But today, we're talking and talking and talking, so it's going to be a little longer. The gold is pretty, yes. The gold is pretty, but it's just not like gold. I'm just like, All right, so this is a foundation that I think I used to use this a lot when I was first doing drag, and then I sort of forgot about it. Thank you, LaBelle. Yes, that's me, Toni Homeperm. Toni Homeperm, the singing diva of Long Island. All right. So let's get some foundation on and see. Honestly, I don't even know. Does L'Oreal still make this foundation? I don't even know if this foundation is any good anymore. Do as I say. Don't do as I do. Oh, I forgot my paint stick on the beard area. Duh. Very important. And so, sometimes I don't even color correct. I just go in with the paint stick, and it's usually fine. But I just like to be extra, and I just want to be sure that I'm not going to see any beard showing through the look. Wrong. Oh, LaBelle, what do you think about the forehead? It's my Botox treatments. Almost as smooth as Nicole Kidman's. We're getting there. Now, here's the thing with the TV paint stick. When you're doing drag, on the face, you really just need it to cover your beard area. The rest of the face that has no beard, any good foundation is gonna work. Toni Homeperm, your mom used to do hair at home. Yes, the little rollers for the home perm. Yes. Well, I tell everyone, hello, am I? When I was a kid, I was dying to get like a Toni Homeperm and get my hair permed. This is back in the 70s. And of course I was told, you can't have that. Those are for girls. You can't get a Toni Homeperm. Those are only for girls. So I showed them. I became Toni Homeperm. I'm a perm specialist. I'd love to do a perm for you. Unfortunately, there's not enough hair left anymore to do a perm. Besides, if I want a perm, I just throw a wig on that's curly. But thank you for offering. Before the pandemic, I was getting my hair bleached and I had it like white blonde. But then after the pandemic, it was just like, why bother? So, and now, yes, I have thousands of wigs. That's right, I do. The gray grown out looks awesome. No worries. Yeah, I can live with it. I can live with the gray. I'm not trying to fool anybody. It is what it is. I think this foundation is looking okay. Not bad. Everything just feels so dull and lifeless now after the pandemic. Yes, a lot of people feel that way. A lot of people feel that way. Good, wear your gray with pride. You go. I have to say, I don't feel like, I mean, I didn't really get into a big depression about the pandemic. As like other people, my husband and I, thank God we get along very good. And we're home buddies, except for when I'm performing. So, you know, we had no problem staying at home. Yes, LaBelle, you have a point. Oh, it's only dull and lifeless if you don't go out. You don't have to go out to a nightclub. I mean, you can go. There's plenty of things to do. Book clubs, yoga class. I don't know. What kind? You can find like groups for any kind of interest these days. It's all online. Some comments in this live were filtered to protect the community's experience. Oh, well, I don't know who used bad language in the comments, but you just got a hand slap from TikTok. Yes, you didn't want to be exposed any more than you were at work. Well, that's you know, a lot of people have worried about that. They truly have. All right, it's okay. It's okay. I'm not like jumping for joy over this foundation, but it's all right. It's all right. We can live with it. We can make it work. We'll deal with it. Okay, so what are we gonna do now? Do our contouring now. What was I going to use for contouring? Oh, okay, yeah, I'm going to use this. I don't think the pandemic gave me depression. I just look at the world with a wider lens. Nothing wrong with that. So for contour, I'm going to use this Maybelline Super Stay. It's a foundation stick, but it's a nice brown. Young Uncle Fester. Well, at the moment, probably, yeah. I also get the foundation I prefer. If I'm performing, I like my Dermablend Leg and Body. I'll even use Maybelline Super Stay. This stuff is pretty good too. But this was like, meh. It was just meh. But we'll make it work. When it comes to drag, you make everything work. Hello in North Carolina. My contour sponge. Hey, Nashville. Okay, and that's where I put the contour lines. And now, let's blend, blend, blend. Hey, Minnesota, I'm in New York, specifically Long Island. Hey, California. And the cream contour does not have to be perfect because we're only just laying a base down. Oh, Netherlands. Say hello to Nikki Tutorials for me. If you run into her. Rhode Island. Hey, Rhode Island. We're having horrible weather here on Long Island. It is so cold and rainy. Ugh. Get it wet a little. I'm not sure how I feel about that. What time is the show tonight? 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If Alexis Flame is on time. I'm in Suffolk. I am in Suffolk. In the boonies. Your sponge wet a little. Nah. I never wet the sponge. This is drag. I want like the products like to stay as thick as possible. If that's why I don't wet it. Long Island iced tea. Oh, I wish I could still have Long Island iced teas. Put a little too much there. Way too much. Way too much. Just a little bit. All right, we'll go over that with highlighter. And what are we going to use for highlighter? I had this sitting around for a long time. This Maybelline concealer. I'm just going to use that. Oh, that was a lot. That was a lot. Actually, I don't know if this is. I don't know if that's going to be light enough. It could be. Check your testosterone. It's probably really low. No, it's not. Live on Facebook. Thank you, LaBelle. Thank you. Naughty or nice. 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also on it streams on my YouTube channel too. So if you go to that, tonihomeperm on YouTube. Yeah, I don't know if this is light enough, but whatever. We're using up products that have been sitting around. If it's not light enough in the concealer and the cream, we'll lighten it up when it gets to powders. I'm not worried about it. But well, what someone was saying before about, wetting the sponge, yes, they really you're supposed to wet them. I don't, because I'm doing drag makeup. And I don't want to dilute the product, I guess you could say. So that's why I use a dry sponge. In your younger years, you would have had no problem. Now, if I fall on the floor, well, I can't drink because I'm on too many medications. Normally, I have to. Oh, thank you, Zero Man. Thank you. I don't feel particularly handsome or pretty when I'm halfway in the makeup process. you know, with the makeup gods, they might get you with the eyeliner. They always get me with the eyeliner. So what's the use? What's the use? They're gonna get me no matter what. So not gonna worry about it. Okay, so we got our foundation down. We've got our concealer, highlighter. Oh, thank you, Calm Moon. Thank you. You wish you had the fourth of the skills that I do. Well, believe me, my skills are not all that. I've learned a lot of how to disguise a multitude of sins. Hey, Corpus. Who gets so mean and annoying? Thank you, Julie Marie. Thank you. I do not do what's referred to as baking. Just so you know, I don't feel it ever did anything for me. So once I've got my foundation and creams all down, I powder. I press the powder in, and that's it. I don't worry about it anymore after that. Another queen I watch takes no advice. Well, I've worked with quite a few queens that don't take advice. So I have learned I don't give anybody advice unless they ask for it. I don't mind somebody, giving me a constructive criticism or anything like that. On my last live, everybody's saying like my nose contour was like a little too harsh. So I was like, oh, okay, no problem. That's we'll just soften it a little, do a little bit more blending. It was a little harsh. Sometimes I like a harsh nose contour. Sometimes, it's like, hey, Oklahoma, hey. What's that, Wimpy Wildfire? What did you ask? I'm sorry. Yes, LaBelle, not everyone's advice is worth taking. The tea is hot. I'm pleasant and explanative. Thank you. I try to be. I'm just myself here on TikTok. All right, so now we gotta make some brows, because this is alien. Yes, mic drop, LaBelle. Hey, East Texas. Hello, Catherine. Hello. Frank is doing great. Thank you for asking. How to apply eyeshadow and eyeliner since I got old. Cheers, your tea is hot too. Yes, especially when they think they know you. I asked two of my favorite drag queen friends to come to my wedding, but asked them to not dress out. I knew they would outshine you. Yeah. Probably. I hate to say it. Is that concealer on your eyebrows? It's glue stick, powder, color corrector, Krylon TV paint stick foundation, more regular foundation over that. It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff on the eyebrows. I have to tell you. Oh, eyebrows. They're going to be a pain today, I can tell. Eyebrows are they're going to be a pain today. Just so we all know. I can feel it. Oh, thank you for all the likes. I am old, honey. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. There's nothing wrong with... Hey, there's nothing wrong with being old. There's nothing wrong with being old. Oh, thank you for the roses. Thank you, thank you. We're just going to make these brows work today, people. We're just going to make them work. We're just going to make them work. It's kind of a bitchy brow. Maybe we're in a bitchy mood today. But see, you know, I covered all this, you know, because my real brow is like starts down here. So just think of, well, you know, how much more eyeshadow space I have by doing that. Jennifer, I'm not offended by an honest question. Ask away. Do you wear makeup every day? No, I do not. I'm a Tammy 5. You're freaking good. Thank you so much. Wait, why do you do your eyebrows this way? Um, it's part of my drag look. I don't know. That's the best way I could think to describe it. You know, everybody. Oh, thank you, Jody. Thank you. I don't know. Maybe we'll wear contacts tonight. Maybe we won't. I'll see how I feel. Last time I didn't bother with the contacts. They do really change my look drastically, though, which I just have to admit, that's what I like about drag is, you know, it lets you become somebody else. Why you jerk up the glue seems to help you fill them to look like little hairs. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. Uh, they're not done. This is just a sketching out. Oh, thank you for saying my eyes are pretty. Thank you. This is just sketching out. I still have to go in with powder and stuff. Yeah, I don't know why. Brows came out extra crunchy today. It's like extra crispy Kentucky Fried Chicken. But it's fine. We go in with powder. We go in with concealer and stuff. Oh my. Those are some bitchy brows. She's in a mood today, people. She wants to speak to the manager right now. I missed that. I missed that question. Do you ever feel you get a lot of hate on TikTok? Yep. I just ignored. Joan Crawford. Joan Crawford. Yes. Christina? I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the dirt. All right. LaBelle and LaBelle knows my drag daughter, Tom Cat, very well. And Tom does a great Joan Crawford. I love when he does Joan Crawford. He's got a video on YouTube coming out where he did the voice of Joan Crawford in the boardroom scene, and it is hilarious. I got a little preview of it. Female might have an inner drag queen. That's terrific. Everyone should have an inner drag queen. Actually, most people do. They just may not even be aware that it's an inner drag queen. Is there a theme for the look? No, it's pretty much just smoky. Hey, Blair Michaels. Hey. How long does it take you to get ready? When I'm not on TikTok and stopping to talk and all like that, I can get ready in like an hour and a half. Maybe that's looking better. And if brows are just not looking good at all, wear a wig with bangs. Just wear a wig with bangs. We've all done it. We've all done it. When in doubt, wear a wig with bangs. So I don't know if the brows are going to be. They're definitely not going to be twins. I don't know if they'll even be cousins. But they definitely would see each other at the family reunion and just sort of wave from across the room. That's the familial relationship of the brows today that I'm feeling. My goodness gracious, brows they got crunchy today. Maybe it's the humidity. I'm going to blame it on the humidity. That's just what I'm going to do. I'm going to blame the crunchy brows on the humidity, and no one can tell me otherwise. First time viewer, you enjoy my company. You do very good makeup. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm a Tommy. The nasty Long Island humidity, yes. Nasty Long Island humidity. It's got nerve. Nerve, I tell you. All right, now we gotta try and clean up these brows somewhat. And when it comes to the brows, I'm at Tammy. Oh, okay. I was saying I'm a Tommy. I'm a Tammy. Okay. I mean, I could just go on and on with the brows and just waste so much time trying to perfect them. At some point, you just gotta say they're good enough. Thank you, LaBelle. Thank you. And if you're not following LaBelle, I mean, what are you doing? Why are you not following her? She has so many. She has way more followers here on TikTok than me. She's the queen of TikTok. So. Oh, these brows, they are annoying me today. They are annoying me, but they'll be fine when everything is said and done. Well, we're not just people. we're queens. Oh, thank you, Danielle. Thank you. Madison says it looks good. I left, came back, and the brows were done. Well, they're not completely done. They're not completely done. We've got some work to do. We've got some work to do, but that's okay. This one got a little way too thick. But that's okay. We will fix it all. Does your husband do drag as well? Nope, he does the wigs. He is known as the wig wizard. He does wigs for drag queens all over the country. Where'd the concealer go? You use duct tape as a facelift? Yes, I know a lot of girls do that. A lot of queens do that. I just can't put myself through that torture. My brows just did not stick very well today. Yes, that explains the wigs. I'm on Long Island. You don't have any wrinkles? Oh, I certainly do. But I got Botox last week to get rid of a lot of these forehead wrinkles. And I'm not ashamed to say it. It's funny when I saw my the girl who does my eyebrows on when was it? I think it was Tuesday. And I told her that I had the Botox. Now she's a young girl. She's like only in her 30s, and she's like, "Oh, I get Botox all the time." And I was like, "You're so young. What are you getting Botox for?" And she's like, "Well, I just want to start early and make sure that it doesn't progress and get bad." And I was like, "Okay, well, that makes sense. Makes sense to me." Okay, and we gotta do something about these. Front of these brows. A little harsh. They're a little harsh. This one's got a little bit more of like a peak. That one's a little bit more rounded. It's the only thing that's like, I'm like, about. Do you use your husband's wigs exclusively, or do you dabble with others' wigs? If I wore anyone else's wigs, my husband would feel like I was committing adultery. Are you kidding? Connie, you have so much trouble with brows and lashes. Yeah, they're tough. They are tough. Astra On used to live on Long Island. You're in North Carolina now. I know quite a few people that have relocated from this area to southern climes. All right. Okay, there. That's a little bit more even. Does your husband sell his wigs online? No, he doesn't. Well, he has like people usually message him through Facebook, or they message me, and then I put them together. But he doesn't have like a specific website for the wigs. What kind of duct tape do you use? I'm not the one who uses. I don't use duct tape. Someone else uses the duct tape. Took away a little bit too much brow there. Like I said, you could tweak and tweak and tweak your brows till the cows come home. But at some point, you just then have to be like, okay, enough is enough. I'm on Long Island, Zero Man. Okay, I think those are good enough. There's a certain way, practice that has to be done so it doesn't hurt you. Oh, the duct tape? Yeah, I'm sure that could really be unpleasant. I don't understand covering the brow because I made new brows. See, my real brow, the real brow is like under here. And just look how much more like lid space I gave myself for eyeshadow by covering the real brow and then doing the new brow. Oh, did Sunny Babe say something mean? But yes, that's what happened. Yeah, they don't realize if you say something mean, all it's going to do is help the algorithm to, promote us. Whatever. And it's also good to, like, sort of step back a little bit. Is when you're doing the makeup, if you're like, usually we're like right like this with the mirror and you're looking at everything super close, but you also want to, get a look from a distance. I'm not going to touch the brows anymore. They're just going to have to do. I see a million things wrong with them, but it's fine. It's fine. Yes, exactly, the bell. More lid space. We like the lid space. Okay, so enough of the brows. Enough of the brows. When the eye makeup is done and lashes and all that, they'll be fine. Time to prime the eyes. Do I want to use my tape first or not? Lid space. Yes, the eyelid space. Oh, thank you, Connie. Thank you. I don't exactly think of this as a lesson. As more as like you're just watching me get ready. But if you pick up some tips, I'm very happy. All right, so okay, I'm gonna prime the eyelid with Makeup Revolution primer. I've been doing drag. It'll be I think this April will be 6 years. Do I wear eyeshadow? Yes, we will get to the eyeshadow. Trust me. Trust me, we will get to eyeshadow. I'm the teacher now. Class, did you bring an apple for Miss Homeperm? Alright, so we're just going to prime this whole area. Oh, I'm really annoyed at how crunchy the eyebrows are today. Well, I know you're all waiting patiently for the eyes, but there's a ton of stuff that's got to be done before I can do them. Well, some people do like to do their eyeshadow first. I'm not one of them. Sometimes I do, like if I'm doing something like where I'm using pigments that are like if you have fallout from them, they'll just destroy your foundation base. But for the most part, I do not like to do the eyes first. I want to see. I like a whole blank canvas. You miss drag shows in Austin. Your daughter used to take you all the time. Yeah, I don't understand how. I understand how people do the eyes first, but I just, no. And besides, I'm like, I know. If I have to do the under eye with the eyeshadow and then start doing foundation near it, I'm just gonna mess things up. So if I'm really worried, I just put a good layer of translucent powder down. Eyelids. The eyebrows are so crunchy today. They're so crunchy. Well, we're going to have a nice dark color on them. You should just shave them off. Hell no. I want to look like a real boy when I'm not in drag. Shave them off. Hell no. No. Oh my God. I couldn't imagine what I'd look like. It'd be more scary than this half in between. No, I like my boy brows. All right, I'm just gonna take some old Scotch tape. I like to put some on each side of the eye. Oh, we can't all put on makeup better than real women. There's a lot of great female makeup artists. How's the cold coffee? Cold. Cold. It's cold as a drag queen's heart. All right. We're gonna. Stephanie says her friend does his like I do mine. The makeup? Well, I've learned from other people, so I'm not doing anything revolutionary. Okay, so we're finally going to start in the eyes. And what are we using today? A palette I've never touched that's been in my collection I don't know how long. At least 2 or 3 years, I think. Probably more like 3. It's the Too Faced Madonna palette. This is the palette we're using. It is, except for swatching it, it's untouched. Literally untouched. But we're going to touch it today. We're gonna use it today. This is like, that was bothering me a little bit. Still bothering me a little bit, but we're gonna live with it. Okay. All right. So we're just gonna take a fluffy brush, and I'm gonna go in with this taupey brownish color into the groove. How this is going to work. I'm probably going to get Red to Filth by Alexis Flame tonight for my makeup. A moment of silence to the makeup eye gods. Yes. Love the colors and Too Faced makeup. I don't have too much Too Faced stuff. They've become quite problematic in the beauty community. It's like there's certain things that you just can't use anymore, and and certain makeup brands you can't use on social media. You're going to get like Red to Filth. Too Faced is one, and even worse than Too Faced is Jeffree Star. Jeffree Star. Oh my Lord. If you use anything Jeffree Star, people are gonna... I don't have anything Jeffree Star. But, like if you use any of his stuff on, like a YouTube video or a tutorial or something, people go nuts. They go nuts. He's had a lot of controversy surrounding him, and that's why people don't want to support the brand. If you use the KVD, yes, I know she was problematic for a while, but she sold the brand, so they don't consider it a problematic brand anymore because now it's not Kat Von D, it's just KVD. What is the deal with Jeffree Star? Yeah, he's problematic. People, they say back in the day he was very racist, and I'm not an expert on the whole situation. I just know that like if I were to do a video with his products, it was people would be calling me out, screaming at me. So I just don't have the time. And it's not like his products are like They're not calling to me that much that, you know, I have to use them. All right, so that's a decent transition color. Yes, he's been canceled. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see that. Ruby, what Jeffree Star palette do you have? I never ever got any of his palettes. I just think I've just always felt like they were so overpriced. All right, we're gonna go in with some of this black because we need to deepen up this look. We're gonna see how this black works. Now it's one of those blacks with the little glittery particles in it, which I'm not a big fan of, but they usually always just blend away. Is that a mauve? It's sort of a mauve. It's sort of a brownish mauve. Wow, a lot of kick up in this pan. I'm gonna go back in with that mauvey color. A little canceled. Blue Blood, Sugar Blood. Got them on sale. I mean, I'll be honest, like, I thought the cremated palette was a beautiful palette. I love those kind of like gray palettes. But I was like, no, not going to do it. Not going to do it. And I already have a lot of other great palettes. Yes, the Retro Glam, that's a pretty palette. I have actually, I think I have one Natasha Denona palette. It's like, I think it's a mini gold. I also have some Alter Ego palettes, which are like dupes for the Natasha Denona palettes. I think I did one video with them. I think I picked up a lot more black there than I wanted to. Yes, new and pricey. Any fallout? No fallout, just kick up in the pan. I mean, I have to say, the shadows are blending nicely. There's no patchiness or anything like that. So I can't complain too much. Just need to build the colors up a little bit more. The palette we are using is an old palette. It's a Too Faced Madonna palette. Had it in my collection and never used it. Thinking about making your eyebrows disappear for the first time tonight with concealer and glue. Go for it, girl. Go for it. Especially, you know, make sure you're using the Elmer's glue, the non-toxic, water-soluble. You know, if it's not right, it all comes out with warm water. You want this Elmer's glue stick, water soluble, washable school glue, it says. Okay, so it's not bad. It's not bad. I want to just keep building it up a little bit more. Why? Because I'm extra like that. A little bit more black here at the outer corner. It's got this black. It has these little sparkles in it, but you don't see them. They just sort of fade away. They just fade away. Colors remind you of that palette by Manny MUA. I have two Manny MUA palettes. I have the those Spellbook palettes. Hey, Hannah. Oh, I'm glad you were able to join us. Anywho, this black in this palette, like I said, it's got those like little sparkles in it, but once you start applying it to the eye, they're gone. They're distant memory, which is fine with me. I don't go for these mattes with the little sparkles. You know, if I want sparkle, I'll add my own. Thank you. Are we going for a Maleficent look? No, not really. But you know, sometimes you just start applying the shadow, and you don't know where it's going to take you. We'll see what happens. Simple face, yes. I don't know if I even know how to do a simple face. I wish I did. Why can't I just do a simple face? I can't wait for this finished product. Neither can I. All right, I'm going to take the lightest color in here, and we're just going to add it here to the top. Looks good with my color eyes. Oh, thank you, thank you. I'm going to be doing a cut crease, and the cut crease really makes a lot of difference. So it'll help, it'll help. Okay. All right, let's blend some of this. Try and soften that a little. Yes, yes, Lavelle. For me, this is a simple face. A simple face. It's just a little mascara and lip gloss, and I'm out the door. Okay. It's good enough. It's good enough. All right, let us cutteth the crease. What are we going to use to cut the crease? I think I used this last time. What are we going to use to cut our crease? Oh, I know what I'm going to use, if I can find it. If we can find it. Okay, we're going to use some of our LA Girl Pro Conceal in white. And I just want to clean my cut crease brush. I have this one brush that I really like to use for cutting the crease. See, it's like one of those rounded flat brushes. That's my favorite. So weird. I saw Nikki Tutorials did a little thing on, I guess it was on TikTok and Instagram, and she was using one of those, she was using this. She had this, which, like, you're supposed to, you know, it's a tool for doing a cut crease, but I don't know, it just, I tried using it. You know, you're supposed to put the concealer on here and, you know, stamp like there, but it doesn't work for me. Am I going to throw it away? No, of course not. but yeah, she used that to do the crease, and it's, you know, it was okay, but you still have to go back in and tweak. So, trying to figure out what a cut crease is. Never had makeup on. A cut crease is well, when you apply your eyeshadow like I've done here, and now what I'm going to do is take some concealer, or this is like a white concealer, or, you know, any kind of concealer, something like that, or eye primer, and you start carving out like a white light area, like sort of to mimic the lid, but because, you know, I have very hooded eyes, so I don't have that much of the lid showing, so I cut the crease higher than my natural lid, just to, for the look I'm trying to get. Trying to make the eyes look bigger, things like that. Not high enough. We'll see. That's why you cover brows. It makes the eye bigger. Yep. That's what we want. And it's really best to just pat your concealer on, because if you start rubbing, you're going to smear things. You want to try and get it. I like it to be sharp. I mean, some people like a soft kind of cut crease, but for drag, I like the crease to be really sharp and defined. And you can, tweak it as you go. Looking good. Thank you. Thank you. And we'll fix the outer edge when we get to that, after we do the cut crease on the other side. How did you figure out how to do your makeup? YouTube videos and trial and error. Seeing a lot of, yes, it is, and it's all an illusion. It's all an illusion. Seeing a lot of times doing the makeup, and then, you think it looks good, and then, seeing pictures and really looking closely at the pictures, seeing what works, what doesn't work, and, being your own worst critic. So, which I've never had a problem with doing. Okay, now we're going to do the other side. Most difficult thing is just making sure you get both sides to, pretty much look the same. It's never easy. I remember the very first time I did a cut crease, I was just, the panic. And now I do them almost, pretty much every time I do my drag makeup, I do a cut crease. And it really is. It's creating an illusion that your eye is bigger than it is. The formality of the inner corner, I get confused with it. It takes practice. None of this like happens easily. It takes a lot of practice, a lot of trying, a lot of trials, tribulations, a lot of back and forth. But it's like anything. Like, think about the first time you drove a car, and it was like you thought, like, oh, as soon as I as soon as I take my hands off the wheel, it's like gonna go careening this way or that way, or things like that. And then the more you do it, the more comfortable you get. So it's just a matter of doing it repeatedly. Okay, I think those look fairly even. Yeah, I think that's good enough. It's good enough. It's good enough. All right. So we just want to blend it out a little so it's not like gloppy and thick and wet. Sorry if I'm missing all your comments at the moment, but this is critical. If we don't do it just right, the patient will not survive. Let's see, it looks like this could be a little bit, just a teensy bit higher there. Okay. Yes, pretty Bob Ross. Gonna draw some happy little trees on the face. All right. Now we just need to sort of blend the outside edge. So the shadow crease is about where your natural brow is. Yes, it really is. It's actually overlapped the brow. So I'm making it look like I have that much more of a eye crease by doing that. Where is a good brush? Here we go. You do not have the patience. Yeah, it's I can understand that. I can understand. It's a little too wet there. A little too wet. It's going to get gloppy. I'm going to let that dry a little bit more before we fiddle with it. All right. Now, blend is so clean. Oh, thank you. It's really not. It's really not, but thank you. I do appreciate it. Okay, let's... I want to use that ray of light color. I want to use this sort of champagne-y color on the crease area. I don't know if it's going to be light enough. I may end up going in with something else over it. I have to admit. Do you set your cut crease? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Am I going to do it today? Nope. Depends on how lazy I am. But the concealer sort of acts as a base. It's a nice shimmer. It's a nice shimmer. But do I love it? I can't say I love it. It's pretty. I don't think I could say it's like drag worthy though. It's gonna need a little something else. Oh dear, Jesus, the world is so messed up. Jesus thinks the world is just fine, honey. Don't get your panties all tied up in a wad. It's fancy looking. Yeah, it's sort of fancy looking. But it's very real lady makeup. It's not really drag makeup. But we'll make it work. I mean, I guess it's okay. I guess it's okay. Mixed with a little gold. You know what? We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna take a little bit of the gold in here. I'm gonna put it on the outside. I'm gonna put it on the outside edge. Just for the sake of doing it. I mean, I was considering it. Let's just do it. See what happens. Yeah, it's pretty. It's pretty. And do you want to go in here with some of the darker shadow? Okay. I think I can live with that. We'll make it work. Is this a Morticia look from the Addams Family? No, it's actually the Too Faced Madonna palette. But I wanted to do something, you know, smoky. I mean, this is the color story. So really, what are you gonna? And I'm doing a drag look, so. Obviously, if you're not doing drag, you could probably just use the mid-tone color and you know, just a little bit of the shimmer on the eye and mascara, and you're good to go. But obviously, for me, for drag, it just needed a little bit more. It has to be a little bit extra. Let's pick up some of the gold on for that side. It looks good. The gold is bringing it together. Good. Thank you. Glad we were able to make it work. And just a little bit more black right there. Okay. I can live with it. I can live with it. All right, so let's pull this tape off. See what we got. Yeah, that's nice. And the side. Yeah, I'm happy with that. All right, we're gonna do a little bit of liner work. And, oh, what am I going to use? Okay, I pulled out some, like, liners that I'm sitting around I don't know how long. Yes, no one has any idea the amount of jewelry I have. Jewelry, wigs, makeup, shoes. But, Belle, let's face it. You can't do drag and have only one outfit. Well, you can attempt it. All right, so I'm using this Maybelline Master Precise All Day Liner. Blend the black on your left. Oh yeah, it's a little. Thank you. It's a little harsh. A little harsher here than there. All right, let's see. Well, we may just have to live with it. We may just have to live with it. Look like a raccoon trying to do this. I make it look easy. Thank you. I don't feel I am. I don't. Well, the cheekbones will create cheekbones. You'll see. Yes, LaBelle, you did tell me that. Yes, you did. Oh my. All right, I can't talk or laugh or anything while I'm trying to do the eyeliner. This feels dried out. Oh, nothing's coming out of it. Oh, nothing is coming out of that. That ain't gonna work. Say goodbye. Say goodbye, everyone. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye to the eyeliner. I was going through a lot of stuff today, and it was just like, oh, it's dried out. Get rid of it. All right, so we're going to try this Wet n Wild little eyeliner. Let's hope we have a better luck with that one. Okay, yeah. I think that Maybelline one was just too dried out. I see comments are flying, but I'm sorry, I can't look when I'm trying to do this. I don't know what I missed. Don't know what I missed. Okay, so that worked better. And we're gonna try and do a little bit of a inner wing. Hope it's the problem is it's a little bit dry. I think it'll work. I think it'll work, just to give us a little something. Okay, made it work. See there, I have a little bit of an inner wing. Let's see, like this has liner. This doesn't. And you can see just that little bit of line work. It makes a big difference, you know, on the eye. So. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty apparent how that just makes a big difference. Interested to see the wig I will wear. Oh, you will. I'll have, it's actually, if you go to my YouTube channel, I did a music parody video called Blame the Algorithm. Blame it on the algorithm, and that's the wig I'm wearing, because it's sort of like platinum and black, sort of silver grayish. I don't know, it's hard to describe, and I'm wearing like a herringbone print dress. Word of advice: hold your heels. No, because I'm only on video. I mean, um, it's only online, so I'll have my slippers on. You don't have to wear. If no one's seeing your feet, there's no reason to kill them with a high heel. That's what I was saying. When you're doing your eyeliner, hold your breath. Okay, that looks good. That looks good. Yeah, well, see, this is wings. Doing an eyeliner wing is very hard. I didn't do an eyeliner wing. I used the shadow. I used the black to sort of create that effect, and then it's just a line on the upper eyelid. I cheat. Looks like it's nothing is coming out. Let's get it going again. There we go. Yes, inside corner is not easy to do. Not easy to do. Okay, but I'm good with that. Okay, I'm gonna do the smoke out the bottom of the eye, and what are we gonna use for that? I like my little brushes, little pencil brushes for that. Well, you have a good day, Ruby. So, going back in with that brownie taupey color, and then I'll be going in with the black. Because that's really the only colors I could go in with this palette. That also helps to create the wing effect. There we see. There you have it. Make sure no kids at the show. Don't be one of those drag queens. It's online, so I mean it's really up to the parents to monitor what the kids watch. But I mean, I don't know. Ooh, online, where, when? If you go to Facebook, you can, if you look up naughty or nice, it's nice spelled with 6 eyes. That's the Facebook page. Just follow that. Or if you go to my YouTube channel, Toni HomePerm, same as this channel, it streams live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay, I think we're good. Oh, thank you, Unboxed. Thank you. I would also do Naughty or Nice live on TikTok, but unfortunately, my co-hostess Alexis Flame, she doesn't have enough followers to go live, and I don't understand that. I mean, if like the one person has enough followers to go live, why can't they just invite anybody else on with them? I don't know. We tried to do it, and it doesn't let you. So whatever, whatever. Okay, eyes are good. We're just gonna live with these. A little mascara. Oh, good for you, Tina J. Porter. I know a lot of straight women come to our shows. They love it. Thank you for the hearts. Don't understand the phrase drag queen. Why drag? Well, it all goes back, way, way back, to William Shakespeare. In Shakespeare's day and age, women were not allowed to perform in the theater. All the female roles were played by young boys. So it was written in the script. They wrote dressed resembling a girl, DRAG, and yes, LaBelle, you're right. It probably goes back even further than that, but I think that's what most people think of, because like there was the movie Shakespeare in Love with Gwyneth Paltrow, where she was. I don't think that movie is really all that factual, but she was a woman who was doing Shakespeare's play, and she really wasn't supposed to, because she real or biological women were not allowed on the stage. They weren't allowed to do theater. So, oh, thank you, Coco. Thank you. Makeup is beautiful, but for females, not males. Oh, really? You better read up on your history about makeup. How do I get how can I get you to join, LaBelle? How do I do that? There we go. Here comes LaBelle.
Good afternoon.
Hello, hello.
Hi,
I
everybody.
found
Hi, everyone in chat. So, yes, Toni
oops,
was partially correct about
oh,
how drag got started, but it's much, 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 much more complicated than. He is
true.
absolutely correct that, women were not allowed to do drag, but that started back in the ancient world because men are stupid and feel like they have to rule everything. So, yes, it was
Yes.
only men doing it. But also, it was a safety precaution as well. See, a lot of the traveling troops at that time were only by men because they could defend themselves on the road. It was a law stating that women and children were not allowed to travel by themselves unless they were accompanied with a male counterpart, husband, brother, friend's husband, something like that. And because at that time civilization wasn't the way it was now, you could be traveling through a forest and be killed by a wild animal and or a human animal or a bandit. So it was really about a safety
I don't think
precaution.
it's gotten much better, LaBelle.
It's true. You're absolutely correct about that. But yeah, that's really what happened. And the term drag wasn't about being dressed as a girl. It was about how the costume dragged across the stage. Because at that time,
For that.
during the Shakespearean era, if you notice the way people were dressing, women were wearing dresses that were really long trains. So they were dragging their costumes. That's really where it came from. And as opposed to the person talking about makeup, then you might want to look at all of the indigenous tribes that were hunting and gathering and things like that. You know, all the mud and the things that they were putting on their face to camouflage themselves. Well, technically, that's the same stuff that we use today in our makeup. It's just been scientifically called makeup. So
Yes.
all the grease and the oil and the things that you find inside the things that make up our makeups, it's the same thing. Same plants,
Exactly.
same thing. It's the same thing. Yes, men
Mhm.
wore makeup first. Yes, men wore tights first. Yes, men wore high heels first. Yes, men wore
Yes.
corsets first. If you also love, nature, you'll find that it's usually the male that's the more decorative of the species. Why? Because
Peacock.
being decorative, the female of the species would see the decoration of that animal and say, "Oh, you know what? He's a good candidate to make great offspring." Well, in the human, and with us as humans, men usually wore a lot of things to be intimidating. And women thought, well, hell, if he puts all that effort into look like that, he's got to be worth something. And so it's true. When we look at, the 17th century and we see our men all dressed up in the wigs and whatnot, that cost a lot of money at that time. And if a woman could somehow get that man, that meant she was going to be well off.
Hmm.
So, yeah, we were wearing that stuff. Now, it only changed because, if a woman happened to be married and if she wasn't betrothed to someone with a dowry, and God forbid if the patriarch fell on hard times or passed on, the women were left destitute. And they had to figure out how to survive. So many would put on their husband's clothes and go out and get a job as a man. And that is where things started to change. Because if a woman could dress up like a man and take a man's job, then men didn't want to do it. So they
There
stopped
was a movie.
wearing these things.
There was a movie with Glenn Close where I forget what it was called, but she dressed as a man
Hmm.
and was to work.
Yes. She had to survive. That's how they were surviving. And that's really what
Yeah.
happened when the turn of the century with fashion. I mean, even if you like Barbara Streisand and you watch the film Yentl, she went to school with a whole bunch of boys, and it would be a thing if they found out that there was a girl amongst the guys.
Yeah, women weren't allowed to get an education.
They were
Well,
not.
it's in Yentl, they weren't allowed to study the the
The Torah and
Talmud,
yeah.
the Torah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of when you talk about how cross dressing is used in society. Sometimes it had to be done in order for things to progress. Yeah, you remember that? Yeah, it's very interesting when you really delve into the histories about fashion and social societies and things like that. It is very interesting how we got to where we are. So yes, there are a lot of people saying men shouldn't wear makeup, and it's like, well, if you go back to the Roman era, you know, men should not wear dresses.
Men,
Well, then don't look at Caesar because everyone was
don't
wearing
look,
a dress.
don't look at Jesus. Hello.
Yeah, exactly.
What was he wearing?
Pants weren't a thing until the Middle Ages.
Right.
Pants simply were not a thing.
Exactly.
I've met has no knowledge and this intellect. Well, but that's also depends on where they get their information from. For instance, I'm a theater major. That's what I do. That's what I've been doing for a living. For the better part of about almost 35 years, I've been performing on the stage. So knowing about makeup and where it comes from and costuming
How
is a
can that be?
part of
You're
the
only
job.
29.
Exactly. But knowing that is a part of the job. And so that's why when earlier someone asked, can women do drag? Of course they can. Anybody can. It's a theatrical art. That's the point. The whole point of drag is to
Just be
try to
good at it.
Yeah, you have to be good at it, but to also to get the audience to believe that, in all intents purposes, that the person that you're looking at is the opposite gender. That's the whole
Right.
point of it. That's why it's such a great thing in theater, because there have been many, many, many wonderful actors who have done this art where people really did think that they were biologically
Yeah.
born something opposite. It's just that they were very good at it. And that's the same
Yep.
thing about drag. The reason why gays do it so much is because we become very good at it. You know? And with the right practice, with the right everything, you too can be a fabulous drag entertainer.
You sound like one of those Joe Weider ads I used to read in the comics. Like,
But literally,
no,
it's true. I
I
always
mean,
tell people, they say, "Oh, I can't do my makeup." Well, baby, all you have to do is sit in the mirror and practice. That's all you have to
practice,
do. And drag just means
practice.
that we have to put on more of it for the lights to hit us in the right way, so that way the illusion comes across the way it needs to be.
Exactly.
That's the reason why we use so much of it.
Exactly. Yeah. We can't get away with a little BB cream moisturizer and just
Yeah, I mean,
the lip gloss.
yeah.
Unfortunately, it
So
would be
all the
great.
things, so
It'd be
all the
great if
things
we could.
Yeah, so all the things that you're seeing Tony do right now is pretty much the standard of what most female impersonators do. These are the tricks of the trade from the theater that we use in order for this illusion to come across beautifully, or aesthetically pleasing to the eye. Because when you see it up close, it's like a Monet. Okay, when you see us up close, it's a mess. But from far away, or
Something
the lights,
Jackson Pollock.
and pretty much. But from far away with the right lighting, everything falls into place. The costume falls into place. The wig, everything falls into place. But it's not for
True.
children, and it's making us look bad. No, well, here's the thing, though, about this with children and drag. M- I'm going to put it to you like this. Hopefully, this makes sense. If you were a child and you had a dress up trunk full of fun costumes to wear, if you went out for Halloween, if you did any of that kind of stuff, what we do as adults is the same thing. It's
Same thing.
exactly the same thing. Whether you pay gobs of dollars to go see a Broadway show or go pay $5 for a cover charge to see a drag show, it's the same thing. Whether you go to the movie theater to see your favorite actor play a superhero, they're putting on a drag. It's the same thing.
All
We all
drag.
just happen to find a way as adults to play dress up and get paid for it. So when you see something like Drag Queen Story Hour or something like that, I always remind people, if this is something that you don't want your child to be involved with or see them, A, don't take them. But then
Right.
think about the other places you do take your children. If you don't want to see a drag queen, don't take them to Disney. If you don't want to see a drag queen, don't take them to any theme park. Don't take them to any movie. Don't take them to the ballet. Don't take them to get any kind of culture, because you're going to find that. That's what you're going to see. Okay, the
Yep.
beautiful young lady who's playing that beautiful Cinderella girl is a woman in way too much makeup, a funny dress, and a wig, just like a drag queen. It's the same thing. We're called actors, we're called entertainers. That is the job. And it's really interesting how people want to say that we're one of the like our education isn't the greatest in this country, yet we've got people out here who are trying to educate children to be, better, but you just don't like the way we do it. Really, really, come on,
Yep.
it's dress up, it's dress up, that's all it
Right.
is. That's all it is. At the end of the day, that's all it is.
Very true. And there you have it.
No, there are some drag queens who do think it's inappropriate, but then here's also the catch-22. Most drag queens don't work during the day. We work in
No.
adult establishments. So if you're bringing your child to an adult establishment, I'm questioning your morals. I'm questioning your values. Why are you bringing your baby up into the club?
Yeah. I
So
I don't.
it's quite simple when you think about it like that. Drag queens are not
Yeah.
around children because they're not in areas where children should be.
We're
Plain and
not
simple.
dragging to the show. Right? Am I
Right.
correct?
That's yeah, that's that's not how that works. That
We're
really
not
is
like
not
a
how that
freaking
works.
Pied Piper that we're
Yeah.
we got Lady
And
Gaga
and the
playing and
fu-
it
and the funny
floors
th-
the
and the
children.
funny thing about it is, even if you did bring your child to the drag show, your child is safer with the drag queen than the person walking across the street.
That's
As a matter of fact, most drag queens might fight people to protect your child. Okay,
very
because
true.
we know what it's like being a child and being
And
messed
being bullied.
with. We get it.
Yeah. Yep. Very true.
So, this whole thing about, drag not being for children, please. Most of the drag
What
queens are
about
what? Were what?
Bunny?
Children first. We had to grow
What about
up.
what about Bugs Bunny? Bugs Bunny did drag all the
Please,
time.
Mickey, all of the cartoons have drag in it.
All
It's
the
it's you know, it's not.
drag.
It's just I just feel like if people would simplify certain things and just sit back and have an education on some things, you'll see a lot of things that are very questionable,
Mhm.
and it's not even the drag that's bad.
Yeah.
It's not even the drag.
No. No, it's not.
Yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot more to it, and most of it is really fun. It really has nothing to do with the craziness that you see in the news. It really doesn't. And drag queens are the people who actually do a lot of public service. A lot of them do go out and do things for the seniors and children's and libraries and organizations. As a matter of fact, many of the organizations, a lot of the straight organizations, call us first to help them raise money for the things that they need
Yes.
done.
Very
So,
true.
it's really interesting to see the juxtaposition of what people think they know we do and what we actually do.
What we actually do. Very true. Very, very true.
I mean, so if
And
yes.
you know as well as I do when we're performing, like you and
Hmm.
certainly when we're performing and we know it's like an all ages
Yes.
audience, we modify our act. We're not going to do the same kinds of uh, songs or performances that we would do for an adult audience. I mean,
Right.
it's
It's just
simple as
it's
that.
about knowing your audience. you
Yeah,
know.
and all the queens I know, like us, that would perform for like all ages. I know they will do that. They will modify. They will perform certain things that are all age appropriate.
Yes. For instance, this tomorrow, as a matter of fact, I'm going to Queens with a couple of our sisters to perform at the Senior Gay Center in Queens. And so we were all making sure that our numbers were appropriate.
Let me let me tell you something, LaBelle, because I perform for the seniors more
Yeah.
than anybody because
Yes.
I do
And
the.
we hmm
Let me tell you,
Oh, I know.
sometimes they're a lot racier than me.
Oh
Many
no,
many times.
I know that. So it was funny when this was brought up to us, and we were like, "You're asking us to perform for the people who have paved the way for us to do what we do. Trust and
Yes.
believe. We already know that they're a
Yeah.
handful.
Yeah.
We already know.
Yeah. Yes. I mean,
So we're
definitely.
prepared. We're gonna go out there and give them a show. Of course, it's during the day, so we're not gonna be too crazy, but we're still gonna give
No,
them the show.
can't be as crazy during the day.
But yeah, but that's the thing about what it is that we do and what people think that we do. It's so many. No, see you at 7. It's so many misconceptions. So many misinformation that all you have to do is read it. I mean, there are books on these things. You can pull it up online. You can Google it. You can literally learn a thing or two, and it's more than what you see on Drag Race. Drag Race is a great, lovely television show, but it really doesn't have anything to do with what drag queens actually do, what the job of a drag queen actually is. Our
Right.
job is to make sure that you're entertained, make sure that you come in and sit down and for a couple of hours have some laughs, just like any other show that you watch on television, things like that. That's the job. That's what we do.
Like going to see a band, seeing a comedian,
Right.
any of those, a play.
Yes, that's it. Yes, they do have to educate, but as we are finding that many people don't want to do that about everything. You know, a lot of people just don't want to. They just want to take it for face value and have an opinion on it without being fully informed. That's why when you see a lot of people say, "Well, look it up," as a child, when I had to ask my mother something and I didn't know, she would say, "Well, you got a dictionary, look it up. You have a
Yeah.
glossary, look it up." You've got a thesaurus, look it up. You got the Encyclopedia Britannica, look it up. And I would,
Look
and
at
I would
that.
find out exactly what I needed to know.
Mm-hmm.
The information is out there. You just have to look for it.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, seen it in theaters. Yeah, official. Yep. Yeah. Oh, you read that encyclopedia? Yes.
The
Ignorance
encyclopedia.
is
Oh boy.
bliss, but being bliss is how you get into trouble. That's why our country is what it is right now. People don't want to, they just want to go along to get along, and then they find themselves fucked. And excuse my language, but
Yeah,
that's what happens, you
it
know?
is. Look what's happened in Nassau County with George Santos, for crying out loud.
Let's not get started. Let's not get started
Oh,
because
did
everywhere's going
you,
through it.
when he was being sworn in, he made like the white supremacist power symbol with
Mm-hmm.
his hand.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't
But it's not just here, as you know, it's everywhere. It's
know,
literally everywhere. And even
everywhere.
some of the people who are for us aren't really for us. So,
Very true.
that's where getting the education and doing your own research comes into play.
Very
Oh
true.
boy, yeah.
Uh, mm,
But an aspect people just understand them. That yeah. Tony, did you ever finally clean out your makeup?
I threw some things away that were dried out.
Now the key word, ladies and gentlemen, is some of the things away. Hey, how are you?
Well, I mean, I never know. Someday, I might have a need for that color that I'll never wear for something.
You'd be surprised. It's the collection is insurmountable. Actually,
I know.
it's like someone asked earlier. They were like, "Oh, I can't wait to see the jewelry. You need some chandelier earrings." I'm like, "You have no idea the kind of jewelry that Miss Toni has."
She has a lot. She's
Yes.
got a
Well,
lot.
we all have tons of things. Like people are like, "Oh
I
my God,
know.
this is amazing." I'm like, "Well, this is what I found this week because I forgot I had it."
Yeah. Well, I can't. Oh, like one of the outfits I'm gonna wear for the chorus cabaret.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. I just was like looking through things and I pulled it out. I was like, I didn't even know I had this. I was like,
Right.
this is perfect.
Same thing. I'm like, what do I have that I can wear? I've got 1,000 things I could wear, but what am I actually going to? Oh my God, I have this.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, I'm going to wear this. But then I pull too many outfits, and I'm like, okay, now I have to scale
Pare
it
down.
down.
Your turn, girl.
I have to keep it simple. I have to keep it simple.
Mm-hmm. Well, the one great thing about the chorus drag show is we have all that room downstairs.
True.
I mean, that's just the best.
I just wish it
Because
had an escalator.
yes, I know. It's only a couple flights of stairs. It's
Just,
not that bad.
just a couple.
Remember the one in Babylon, that
Yes.
the American
Where you had to go
Legion, was it?
upstairs. Yeah.
That walk. Oh my God, that was a lot.
I mean,
Uh,
although the upstairs room was a nice room for all of us, I will say that much.
yeah, and then uh, when you weren't there, but we had the choruses cabaret just a
Have a
couple
good
weeks
night.
after that, and they wouldn't let us use it. They lied and they said it was being used, but it turned out it wasn't. I don't know. So they
Right.
made us get changed in like this storage room. I mean, it was horrible,
She said
horrible.
I would have glued myself to the table just to do my eyebrow. Well, girl, that's what practice is for. No matter what it is with makeup, whoever, if you're still watching the live, makeup is a practice. You have to sit there and play with the colors.
Yeah,
It does not
yeah,
matter the how you put it on. Yes, you know the lipstick is for your lips. Yes, you know the eyeshadow's for your eyes. Yes, you know the blush is for your cheeks. You know where it goes. You just have to blend it out. But that only happens if you practice. You can have a
very true.
beautiful face. You just have to put in the time. And it doesn't take
Yeah,
that much time. You could sit down if you have at least 20 minutes to yourself, put your favorite show on and just play with the
this
colors and see what
the
they
lip
do.
color is Too Face melted matte in the color. Let's see what's the color. Um, Suck It. So one thing I hate about Two Face, they're the names of their things.
Do
So they have to sexualize everything. But I
do
like the
you,
color.
do you like wearing makeup, which is asked in the chat?
I do. Do you?
Um it's a
Depends on
low
the day.
it's a loaded question. Yes, because of the job. Do I do it in everyday life? God, no.
Oh,
Um,
me either. Not for every
it's
day.
it's you know it's a lot, but as I said before, this is a part of the job. This is what we need to do
Yeah,
to
yeah.
to to get out there and be entertainers in this field and make a little money. So
Mhm.
yes, do I enjoy it? To an extent, but trust me when I tell you. A drag queen is lying to you if they tell you that they don't enjoy taking it off at the end of the night.
Oh, oh,
A
that is
drag queen is lying to you. You know, there may
that,
be a few of us out there who really do love it and want to wear it all the time, but
yeah,
most of us is
very,
like once the job is over,
you
once we
want
get
out.
in, everything comes off. We go back to who
You
being
want,
the person that we are. We get to scratch.
oh,
we get we get to
when
scrub
you
our
put girl when
faces.
you pull the eyelashes off.
Yeah, I mean, ladies, if you do wear makeup, you know when you've gone out for that special occasion and you put on a face of makeup, and you're like, okay, I'm done with this. It's the same. We're done with it. We're done. We
Hmm.
we pack her up, we put her back on the shelf, and we go to bed.
Hmm. Hmm.
Which is
Now, I saw LaBelle that I had. I got Botox.
yes, you look great.
Thank you, thank you. No, it did a great job on the forehead. I
Hmm.
have to admit, I'm like really happy with it because I used to crease so badly, with the
Yeah.
foundation in the forehead.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like, you know, I think we may have to just do a little bit more, like there
Yeah.
and there. But for the
Yeah.
most part,
Next time.
I'm
Next time.
very happy with it. I didn't
Next
want to
time.
look unnatural. I didn't want to look, like I had something done. I just wanted,
You mean to
you
tell me you
know,
didn't want to look plastic?
I didn't want to like, do the,
You
like
didn't want you didn't want to look like you had a knot tied in the back of your head?
no, didn't want that. Didn't want that. Ain't nobody
Yes.
got time for that.
Yes, you're right. Makeup is an art form, you know. That's why it's really funny when people come into a drag queen's live when they're doing their makeup and they're like, "You should do this, you should do that." I'm like, "Let the artist do what they know how to do."
Listen, every TV show, every movie you watch, anybody who looks good, even if they just look natural, it's all because of a makeup artist, and that's why they're called makeup artists.
Mm-hmm. You know
Even
what does
like a no makeup look
is
in
makeup. There's a lot of makeup to be no
movie
makeup.
theater, a lot of makeup just to even look like you're not wearing makeup. Because even though like people will look like they're not wearing makeup, you'll notice that you don't see like discoloration or blemishes or things like that
And
because the
one of the
makeup
and part of the reason why you also don't see that is because of good lighting.
good light. Yeah,
Because what a lot of people don't seem to realize, even when you go to a Broadway show, if you take a look at how the lighting is set up to be aimed at the stage, you'll notice that nobody on the Broadway stage has a shadow
mm.
for a reason. Partly is because of how the lights are focused, and partly because of the makeup that they're wearing. So I
Unless
mean,
they're doing me and my shadow, then they
right.
might have a
So
shadow.
they're wearing makeup so that way things don't look weird when you in the audience are seeing it. Without the makeup, a person will look like they have three noses because of all the weird shadows that are being picked up
Yeah,
from the focused lighting. So by wearing a foundation and blending it out and powder and whatnot, all of a sudden they look human. They look like a person on the stage, and you don't even notice it because
yeah,
they got a lot of makeup.
yeah, exactly. The men and the women.
Yes,
The
and
men.
some don't wear a lot of makeup, and some do. Depending on what it is that they're trying to do for a show. But it really is the tomfoolery of it all, the shenanigans of it all. It's like, oh, she's so gorgeous, and it's like if you only knew it took her an hour and 45 minutes
Yeah,
to put that face on so she could look gorgeous
yeah.
for you on the stage.
I mean, you look at like the action movies and the action movie actors like The Rock and people like that. Guess what? Before they started filming, they were in the makeup chair for an hour,
Literally, literally
literally. Yeah,
applying makeup, and some of them are wearing some
makeup.
wigs.
Very true.
It's really funny when I'm like watching anything on television. I'm like, oh, that's a cute wig. Oh, I like that wig. Oh, that's a cute wig too. Oh my
uh,
God, that wig. Why are you wearing? Who told you to wear that wig? Is it for the character?
mo- mo- most women, and quite a few men on TV and movies, they almost all of them wear wigs. Very few people you see their natural hair.
Because it's
It may look
easier.
exactly hair, but it's not their natural hair.
Right. It's because it's easier. It's a lot
Yeah,
easier, and it's a less time
yeah,
to put someone in to do their hair. It's
right.
it's just so convenient. You come
Yeah,
in, you're doing a movie that's supposed to be in the 1930s or 40s or 50s. Nobody's wearing their hair like that anymore.
right.
So you style up a wig, pop that bad boy on, and nobody notices it. Everyone's like, "Oh, their hair is so beautiful." That's a really good wig.
Yeah, it's true.
We all love when what's his name? Chris Helms, I think is his name, who does Thor.
Hmm.
There's
Yes.
so many funny memes with him and him playing along with the camera wearing his long Thor wig. He looks
Yes.
amazing in that wig. It's a beautiful wig. That's not his hair, even though
Yeah,
he
well, I'm
has
sure
a head full of hair.
the thousands on that
Right,
wig.
even though he has a
That's
head full of beautiful hair himself. That's not his.
nobody picked that wig up at Popcorn Girl.
No. I mean, although popcorn is starting to get a little extra with some of them, I'm like, that's not worth $500. Stop lying. Um, you're
Yeah, right.
you're a
Exactly.
beauty supply, not an actual hair boutique. Um,
Exactly.
so yeah, and like I said before, that's the form of dress up.
Yes.
I mean, there are tons of kids. I'm sure adult men who want to go out and dress up as Thor for Halloween.
Yeah, right.
It's the same thing. You go to the what is it, to the theme park and go and see these superheroes. Guess what? They're all adults in costume and wig and makeup.
Oh,
It's
costume,
I worked in theme
makeup.
parks. I know. I wore tons of wigs and makeup. in the theme
Oh,
park.
oh Lord, that must have been so hot.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun though. I mean, it's not as well, it is exhausting, but it was exhausting. But it's
No,
just
but it was exhausting.
it. Yeah, I mean, it was. It's a lot. Dealing with people, no matter how you have to deal with
Oh
them. It's
God,
always customer
dealing with
service, no matter what.
oh
But yeah,
dealing with people.
that's
Yeah,
pretty much it.
dealing with
But yeah, I always have to remind people that that your Disney princess is still an actress in a silly wig and a stupid costume with way too much makeup on.
yeah,
You and it's not that, and guess what? You love it. You absolutely love it.
yeah.
Your child absolutely loves it because of the illusion that they're giving.
Right.
That's the point. That's the magic of dress up. That's the magic. It's the same magic we do for drag. It's the same thing.
Very true.
You know. But that's acceptable. But when you see a drag queen dressed like a genie,
All of a sudden,
oh
all of a
no,
sudden,
now we got to call out the authorities. Really? Really?
yeah, yeah,
Really?
yeah.
You're at the drag queen
That's
story
the
hour, and we're reading the little engine that could. Oh, now it's an international scandal.
yeah,
Really, really, really.
yeah. And I love we're grooming kids. It's like no, I don't think so.
All
You know,
right.
I didn't I didn't I didn't I didn't know any gay people when I was a child, but I still knew I was gay.
Okay.
There was nobody around to tell me about being gay, show me what gay is, anything. Nobody in my family was, but I knew I was. I didn't know
Right.
what it was, but I knew I was different, and I knew the second I knew that it was a little boy I wanted to hold hands with, not a little girl,
And I mean,
um,
it's also funny too because people seem
and
to
made to
think
feel
that.
that that's wrong.
Right. But I mean, and also it seems that people think that we're teaching children about sexual education, and that's not what we're doing.
Yeah, no,
That's not what that is. That doesn't happen. Even
no,
parents wouldn't bring their children if that happened. Do you see
yeah,
what I'm saying? Like that just doesn't
yeah.
happen.
It's so true. It's so
You're the
true.
one who's putting that on into people's minds. That's your thing, not ours. We're just there to read a story and play a couple of games like Duck Duck Goose and go home.
Yeah, exactly.
And what's also really funny is that a lot of people don't know is that a lot of the members of Drag Queen Story are actual educators.
Oh, there you
They
go.
act, they actually are teachers. Some of them have gone to college to become teachers. Some are actually working in public schools. Okay, so they're qualified to do reading at Drag Queen Story. It's not. It's
That,
not. Yes, a lot of drag queens are asked, but many of them have to have some knowledge, of how to deal with and interact with actual children to do an
right.
educational thing such as
And
that.
drag queen story hour. I mean, they vet all
They
the
have to, yeah.
performers. So
And not all drag queens want to do it because they don't really want to be bothered with children. So, the ones
it's
that
the,
are, they're
I'm
they're the
like,
ones who usually work with children.
yeah,
We're the ones who are babysitting your kids for 8 hours a day while you work because it's called
yeah.
school.
Like personally, I never had any burning desire to do drag queen story hour myself. Not my thing. Some performers love it. But we're all different. We're all different. Oh, thank you, Laura Peace. Thank you. Yes, this is this is it. She's in face, and she didn't take that long. But my last live, I was like, we was just talking and talking and talking and stopping, and went on for like 4 hours. But it was New Year's Day, and there was nothing going on anyway. So, but this is it. This is the finished face. So, what do we think, LaBelle?
Oh, are we done? Are we finished?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Just
All right.
contacts,
All right.
and
Well,
that's it. And
there you
I'm
are.
finished way
There,
ahead of time. I don't
there
know what
you
the hell
are,
we're doing.
ladies and gentlemen. This is the finished look. If you've been here from the top of the program, this is how Toni Homeperm becomes Toni Homeperm.
Coming home.
Yeah. And if you are not following, please click the button down at the bottom and follow Toni
Oh,
Homeperm. If you want to
thank
see Toni
you.
Homeperm, she'll be on tonight on Facebook and Instagram Live at 7, about well, 7, right? About 7 p.m.
7
Eastern Time.
ish, depending on
Right. So
Alexis
it's a,
Flame.
and for those who want to
How
know
I
what
get
naughty
from
and
her
nice,
bedroom to her living.
yeah,
That's quite
for
a. It's
those
quite.
who don't know what naughty and nice is, it's a wonderful live chat program where they get to interview people who from the nightlife, from the scenes. They talk and gab about a lot of funny things. It's great. It's about an hour or so of fun. So get your snacks, join us on the Facebook Live, look up Naughty or Nice, the page,
Cocktail, snacks,
with 6 eyes.
popcorn.
And look up the page, and you too can watch Naughty and Nice at least every once a month, about once a month.
We're back a month. We're back to
Yeah,
twice a month.
it's a lot of fun. And for those who do not know who Alexis Flame is, she is a grand dame who has just found her way to TikTok. So yeah, we're trying to get her numbers
Trying to
up so
get followers.
that
Ms.
way she can go live. Yeah,
Ms.
Ms. Alexis Flame.
Alexis
She's
Flame.
amazing. She's got the stories. So yeah, so if you are interested, you can see Tony's whole entire look on Naughty or Nice, the wig, the
Yeah,
jewelry,
yeah.
you name
Wig,
it, she'll be there.
jewelry.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I guess I'm okay with the look.
Yeah, you look great.
It's kind of glam, sort of
Yeah.
soft glam.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This to people, this is what I mean by a simple face for Toni Homeperm. This is a no muss, no fuss, but Toni loves the colors. So, she's known for throwing on, I'm gonna do an orange look and it's sickening. I'm gonna do a green look and it's sickening. She does colors. But
I
today,
love my.
just a simple face.
We're neutral. Well, that's what I mean, this is it. This is the palette. I mean,
And
look.
it's a
I
beautiful
mean, that's
palette. Yeah, it's a beautiful
that's was
palette.
the. But you know what? As long as you have like a really light color, a middle color, and a black, you
Mm-hmm.
can make anything.
See,
Just for
in the realm of the theater, those are the colors that most of us use. We tend to use them because we do a lot of costume changes. So you kind of want your
right,
face to kind of go with everything that you wear. So those are kind
right,
of the tones we stick with. So that way, if we change our hair color, it doesn't matter. The face still is still good. If we wear a loud costume, it doesn't matter. The face still looks good. So yeah, so that's a
exactly.
simple, easy peasy, simple face.
Yep, yep. And I like this lip color. I think it went
Yes, it's a good lip color.
with the eye makeup.
Yeah,
It's very more brownish today.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you to your tie. Thank you. So what time do you got to be in Queens tomorrow, girl?
The show about 1:30. The show's at 2.
That's
Hopefully,
not
we'll
bad.
get out before 3. So that way we don't hit the traffic because it's Friday. But then, and
Yeah.
then later that night, I will be with a couple of Judies at a social event at night.
Oh, is that the thing at Cancun?
Yes, yes. There's one
Mm-hmm.
that Friday night. There's another one with Annie LaPuma.
Mm-hmm.
She's doing one on Saturday night, and then there's one at M Lounge on Sunday afternoon. Well, late
Wow,
evening. Well, early evening.
busy, busy.
Yeah, well,
Nice.
we're trying to get these things out, as we're trying to get people to realize that there is stuff to do out here, but
Mm-hmm.
we're still constantly have to explain that to our wonderful community that these things won't happen if you don't come out and support them.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Nobody comes, then not going
then
to
they
be
won't,
there's
right. I was even talking to someone about New Bar, because someone had
Mhm.
mentioned about a gay owned operated place. And I was like, oh, New Bar's perfect. I was like, but it's the only one that we have now. And they were like, well, what happened? I'm like, well, our community didn't want to support. That's why we don't have any. And that's just so if you really want to support, you need to get out there and show them that, and put your face in the place and spend some money so that way the space can stay. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean you'll hear people say that. Oh, there's no gay bars. Well, you're not supporting the ones that there are.
Right. That
It's like don't.
and the reason why we lost the ones that we had is because nobody was
Yeah,
supporting them when we had them.
they didn't. They didn't go. They didn't go. So that's why they're not. Oh, Tigger tie. No, the wig that goes. That's like the last thing that goes on.
Yes. That's why I said if you really want to see the entire look, I mean, she'll take pictures, but when you want to see the entire look, you have to you should tune into Naughty or Nice tonight on Facebook Live and Instagram Live.
Exactly.
Then you'll see everything together.
You'll see the whole look.
The whole shebang. Because it's a lot. I'll be honest with you. It is a lot to put on. It takes time to put it on and make sure it's right. But to sit around in it forever, forget it. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody's got time for that unless you're live at the show and you're backstage, and then you can see us kind of do some things. But other than that, it's a bit much. It's a bit much. I mean, I try not to put on anything until I actually have to leave the house.
Yeah. Like heels.
Yeah, that
heels.
Please,
heels. As
soon as the show is over, I come out of those shoes.
I know. You got your little slides or whatever.
I pop those bad boys on in a second. I'm like, the show's done. Where are my shoes? Where are my slippers?
I have like my little travel booties that I'll throw on,
and they're much more comfortable.
Especially like if my husband doesn't want to drive and I have to drive home. It's like, well, I ain't driving home in a pair of stilettos.
Oh God!
Let me grab
who
my little heel booties.
Even regular women don't want to do that. Like, no.
Who wants to do that? Nobody wants to do that.
You wear some sensible shoes while you're driving, and then when you get to the venue, you put your shoes on.
Yeah. Then you put your killer shoes on. Absolutely.
And pray that you last the whole hour and a half that you're in them. Yep. Carry them in the purse.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's very true. Very true.
It's annoying.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Are you going to jump off?
Oh, he's jumping off.
No. I was just wondering, are you good? Everything's good. All right. Sock. God, wigs. Tons of socks. Tons of wigs.
Mm-hmm.
Tons of wigs. Lips look great. Wigs. Yeah, lips look great.
Well, thank you. Yes, I did the shape a little bit different today. Yeah, but I like it.
Yeah, it works.
I have to constantly try different things. I'm like some queens will do their makeup exactly the same every single time.
Guilty.
I'm not that cool. That's what makes somebody happy. That's great. But me, I like to experiment,
And there's nothing wrong with that, because once you understand how to put the stuff on, then you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
That's what a lot of people don't seem to realize. That's why I want to do my makeup, then do it.
Yeah. For me, it's like it's always like a science project.
Yes, a cute little look to get the groceries. Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
I'm gonna go pick up the kids from soccer practice.
I just need a little beat, a little mascara. I'm good.
Yeah, it's just a little mascara and a little Burt's Bees, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. You just run. You have to make sure you have your nickel for the little boy to carry your packages to the car.
Mm-hmm.
It's all. It's cute. Mm-hmm. It's fine.
I'm gonna go down, the aisle at Walmart. Mm-hmm.
That's it.
I think we need some more kitty litter.
Come on, kitty litter.
Welcome to the stage, Kitty Litter.
Oh God,
I think she stole my tips.
probably. I wouldn't put it past her. That's why you put it in your bosom, girl. You put them in your bosom.
I know that girl. She stole my tips.
You put that money in your bosom. That's where it belongs. That's the purse you need.
Uh,
Yeah, come on, Kitty
oh,
Litter. Exactly. Oh, so funny.
I'm not gonna name names because we're live here. But the Christmas show I did at New Bar,
Mm-hmm.
there was a certain queen who was there as just in out of drag.
Oh, I know exactly who it is.
You know exactly what I'm talking about. And we're standing very close to the tip bucket. So Stella and I made sure that it was watched at all times.
You know, you could have just walked over and just moved the bucket.
So, well, we knew where it was so that people could, tip in it. And, and we donate, and the tips were being donated. We didn't even, keep them. The Transgender Day Remembrance Organization.
Right.
But I got very nervous when I saw her that close to the tip bucket.
Well, you know that person was involved
So
in
did
it.
Stella.
You know that
And
person
so did
was involved in a scandal earlier.
many.
Well, this time it was about a costume.
I saw that girl. I saw the whole thing.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what's funny was the person who accused them contacted me.
Oh,
And
girl.
I was like, well, thank you. I'm glad. I was like, I'm glad that you made me aware of this. Thank you very much. And so I went to do a little digging, and I
Mm.
dug, and I found out that it really wasn't her fault.
Oh, it wasn't.
It's
Oh,
not her fault because
wow.
the person who wanted the costume wasn't very observant and doesn't seem to
Mm-hmm.
realize that once you send somebody something through the mail, it's out of that
Mm-hmm.
person's hands.
That
So
is true.
if a piece doesn't show up or if it comes in
Mm.
damaged, they're not liable. They're just not.
No. Yeah.
And the person complained about the color of the costume. When you pull up the picture, the costume that was sold is the costume that was sold. The person wanted it
Mm-hmm.
white, thought it said it came in cream, but the costume when you look at it is cream,
Mm-hmm.
not white. So it was like, oh, I was like, well, at least we know that in this instance, she's vindicated.
In that.
But it was
Okay.
funny because I was like, why? Because the person was from Portland, Oregon, who
Mm-hmm.
sent me the message. And I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
why are you sending me a message all the way from clear across the country?
Follow you.
I was like, I was like, what?
What
Why?
did you?
Why? Why are you asking me? Why are you telling me these things? I don't care.
Yeah. Well, what did you have to do with it?
And I was like, well, let me figure out what's going on. But then I was like, I remember
Mm.
seeing the costume in person, so I know exactly what the outfit was. I was like, no, no, baby, you just mad because you bought the wrong thing.
Oh. Well, maybe that's on them.
No, you don't get your money back because you bought the costume. That's the costume.
That's it. Okay. Well, that's fair.
Y'all definitely need a podcast. Well, that's what Naughty or Nice basically is.
Yes.
It's just done live online. It's great. They get to sit and kiki and have fun and talk about it. A lot of different things. A lot of wonderful special guests come through. It's great. It's
Including
so much fun.
we'll be doing a special one again before the chorus drag cabaret. We'll get.
Oh Lord.
I think we could probably squeeze me, you, Tom and Stella all into my studio.
Oh,
The one.
Lord. You mean to tell me you're going to put all of us? Do
Or
we
drag.
all? Do we all have to be there?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm just gonna turn my mic off and I'm just gonna watch. I'm just gonna sit and I'm gonna watch.
To be like, well, you see, what happened was.
I'm not gonna say one word. I'm just gonna pull up some.
Liar.
I'm gonna pull up
You know
some
how
snacks.
lying?
And
I know you're lying. Lips
anytime you ask
moving.
me a question, I'm gonna pull up a snack and pop it into my mouth. That's what I'm gonna do. That's gonna be my
You
answer.
you are so lying. You are
That I am. Nope. I'm not saying anything.
uh, well, we're just gonna just again kiki about the show. That's all.
I
It's
know.
nothing.
I will. And while I'm sitting there in silence, all you have to do is just watch my face and watch my gymnastics, because I'll be like, oh, blink twice if you're alive.
Mm-hmm. Very true.
But
Even Terry wants to know if I'm a drag queen. Yes, I'm a drag queen. I am.
the
I
singing
admit it.
diva of Long Island.
Yeah, that's me.
She's a drag queen who sings live, ladies and gentlemen. She actually sings live in her shows.
Sings live. He sings live. Oh my. All right. Well, I guess I'm done. I'm done.
Yes,
I think
you look
I'm
great.
gonna. Thank you. Thank you. Looking like James Charles. Yeah, because I don't. Because it's only the face is done. So
That's another one that's problematic. Anyway.
uh, let's block this person for good. Him and their 2 followers.
Aw, 2 followers.
I know.
Well,
That's like when somebody
we
like,
would like to thank the haters for coming in, because you do realize that when you join the live and participate, you only
you help me.
spread the allogram of how wonderful this channel actually is, how wonderful this
Exactly.
live actually is. And don't be surprised if more drag queens pop up in your feed because you have decided to chime in on a live of a drag queen or anyone of the LGBTQIA community. When you do that, you help us become famous. So thank you.
You help so
Thank you
many
so
ways.
much.
Thank you so much.
Greatly appreciate it.
All right. Well, thank you for hopping on, girl. I
Yeah,
enjoyed Kiki.
no
This was
problem.
fun.
It was fun. Well, maybe one day I'll have to jump on with you and do makeup myself with you.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah,
Definitely.
so, well, with that, people,
They
again,
love People love it on TikTok when I do this.
yeah,
Amazing that they love it as much as they do. So I'm
yes.
happy to do it. So
Well, and again, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see Tony tonight, he's on Facebook Live at 7:30. It's about 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, with the show Naughty or Nice with his co-host Alexis Flame. So with
one
that,
and
people,
only.
yeah, the one and God, can you imagine if
There's
there were
no
more?
other. There is no other.
Can you imagine if there were
When
more?
no.
Okay, well, there we go.
Please, no, make it stop.
That's what we say about all of us. I'm like, I don't think the world could handle another me. Sorry, no. Sorry, no. I got this. I got this on lock. I'm good.
That's like when I make my music videos and there's multiples of me, and I
Right?
say to Alexis, "Oh, Alexis, don't you wish that there really was multiples of me?" And she's like, "No."
I would be like, feeling is mutual, Alexis. Feeling is mutual.
I tell her one of me could be Toni Flame all the time. She's like,
Oh,
hell no.
I don't know why she has a problem with it. I don't get it. I
She
don't understand.
does, but she doesn't.
And when Tom comes as
Like
Mother Flame, I mean,
I know, Mother Flame. Yes.
she could
Secretly,
only
she loves it. She just doesn't want to admit it.
I mean, if only Alexis could stick to a script, then it would be even better.
No, no,
I know
no.
I know that. You know that. We all know that. But think of how amazing that could be.
If wishes were fishes.
That's true.
Mm.
All right. Well, I'm gonna jump off.
Okay, and I'm going to sign off, everybody. So I hope that
All
you
right.
will join me tonight over on the Naughty or Nice Facebook page, or you can go to my page on YouTube, Toni HomePerm, and it will be live streamed there, and you'll see the completed look to go with the mug.
Yeah.
So thank you, everybody who followed. Thank you, LaBelle, and look forward to seeing you all again real soon in another TikTok live. Get ready with me.
Yeah.
So see you all later. And LaBelle, I'll be seeing you soon.
Yes. Have a good night.
I don't know when, but soon.
Oh, definitely soon. Bye.
Bye-bye. And good night, everyone.
Well, there you have it. That was the whole get ready with me. As I said previously, if you're not following me on TikTok, then you can't be a part of the lives when I go live on TikTok and do my get ready with me's. And I encourage you to follow me on TikTok. And when I'm doing a live, join in. We always have a lot of fun. Now, if you like this video, then please click the like button down below. And of course, as I always say, if you're clicking the like button, I mean, you might as well just click the subscribe and the notification bell. I mean, they're right there next to each other. For crying out loud. Think of all the time I'm saving you. Do it all at once so you don't have to, just click a like on one video and then, wait for the next one to say, oh, I'm going to click the subscribe and the notification bell too. No, I'm saving you all this time and energy. Just do it. You'll thank me for it. You'll thank me for it. All right, that is everything that I had for you. I've really got to jump off camera now. Get ready to do my Naughty or Nice show with Alexis Flame. And I look forward to seeing all of you again in my next video. Bye-bye.